Yes, people, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Yash Talks Football. It's going to be a sort of two-in-one video today because we've obviously got the preview for the Brighton game to film, and we've also got the sort of transfer deadline roundup to do, because I'm going to sort of do the roundup today because if we're being real, apart from some Raheem Sterling things we'll get into in a bit, there isn't really much else apart from Aaron Ramsdale just leaving, and we're open talks with the Bournemouth goalkeeper Neto, which I've got loads of questions about. But before we get into it, make sure you are like, sub and sharing the content around. We're not too far off 160 now, so if you're down below and you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well if you aren't new or been there for a while, and turn on notifications, put a comment in, and just share the videos to whoever you want. Let's start off with the sort of what I think of this transfer window, because it's all but over. It's the last day today, I'm pretty sure anyway. I'm not sure that it runs on the 1st of September or the 31st, I can't remember. But as it stands with Arsenal, we're not really doing, I don't think we're going to do a lot of business now. There has been talks of Raheem Sterling. I'm hoping that's not true because I do not want this guy at Arsenal one bit. I don't think he's that good. The only reason I would think to even want him is because Martinelli's been terrible. But at the same time, replacing Martinelli with Sterling, the bar's pretty low on the floor. And even people can say that, yeah, he's covered on the right-hand side for Bukayo Saka. That is not the best cover at all. Raheem Sterling, I've never been a fan of this guy. People will say that he scored loads of goals at Man City. In my opinion, those Kevin De Bruyne backstick tap-ins were carrying him throughout his whole Man City career. He started off as, he came onto the stage massively at Liverpool. I don't really remember that, to be honest, I was quite young. Man City, yeah, he scored a lot of goals, but like I said, for me, Kevin De Bruyne carried him a lot. Comes to Chelsea, and his career at Chelsea has been a disaster. He's meant to be one of the experienced heads at the football club, and every time I watched him, he's flat to deceive. Not even just people are going to say the free kick against Leicester, that's the highlight of his career. That pretty much sums up it in one go. I think he came in under Thomas Tuchel, so that was the start of the Bowley era, and just has done nothing ever since. And you can tell that Pep Guardiola and his system was carrying Raheem Sterling throughout his senior career. Now, fast forward to now, Arsenal are linked to him. I do not want this guy at all. Yeah, he scores a lot of goals. Well, he used to score a lot of goals. He doesn't now. He's 29. If we're going to bring him in as a senior player, it's not a good senior option. And what makes this move possible, I think it's between us and Manchester United, who would want to get him. Man United, he'll probably get into right now because their wingers are terrible and he's better than most of them. But Arsenal, on the other hand, we're trying to go for a league title this season, and you don't go for a league title with a 29 to 30-year-old Raheem Sterling. And the fact that Arteta knows him as well from his time at Man City can make these links even more concrete, which I do not want at all. But we've got to see what materialises from that. Now to the goalkeeper side of it. Aaron Ramsdale has joined Southampton. I think that's probably the best decision for him. There's been some good moments for Ramsdale's career, but there's been quite a few bad moments. And whenever he's been put in goal last season to prove himself again, he has not done himself any favours at all. I think the two starters he had against Brentford, because obviously David Raya couldn't play because he was on loan from there, were terrible. I remember West Ham in the Carabao Cup was terrible. And there was one more start against Brentford in the Cup as well, where he was also terrible. So people could say it's been unfair treatment of Ramsdale. I think it isn't. Like I said, football is a results-driven business, and you've got to be performing. And if you're not performing, you've got to get out. And even though David Raya weren't performing at the start of the season, he slowly got into it, and it's looking like an alright choice now. Do I rate David Raya myself? I think he's very shaky as a goalkeeper. But to be fair, he's done all right since he's come to Arsenal. My only problem with this whole goalkeeper situation is that we're now looking at a new goalkeeper. We were looking at, I think, some Garcia from Espanyol, I think it was. And from what I was seeing on Twitter, he weren't great the other night. We were also looking at Neto from Bournemouth, who, from what I've seen, he's an alright goalkeeper, to be fair. I haven't seen much of him. I think he was on the bench at Barcelona for most of his time there. He's done alright at Bournemouth whenever he's played. From what I've seen personally, I haven't seen his like a full length of games that he's played. But my problem with the situation is if this guy walks into Emi Martinez as a goalkeeper, and we signed what? Well, we kept Spurn Leno, well, he's gone now. Alex Runnison, we brought in Ramsdale, had Matt Ryan, Matt Turner, brought in David Raya, and possibly getting another one. So that's 6 goalkeepers since he's come in, and this guy rocked up to Emi Martinez, who, in my opinion, is the third best keeper in this Premier League, behind Ederson and Alisson. And if you look at this whole time that Arteta has been here, the amount of transfers he's cocked up and he's trying to make up for, getting rid of Emi Martinez, he cocked up, he's trying to replace him now. Getting rid of Granit Xhaka, bringing in Mikel Merino, that sort of profile for that left 8. Did misprofiling Ben White, misprofiling Aubameyang, if you want to even throw that in, misprofiling Havertz, and misprofiling Declan Rice. These guys cock-ups, no one's talking about. But yeah, we just got to see what happens with this transfer saga. There isn't any rumours about a striker anyway. I think Ivan Toney's and Osimhen have agreed deals with Al Ahly, I think it is, or some Saudi club. I will do a full red video on the sort of transfers that have gone around and my thoughts on the transfer window. But yeah, we do play Brighton tomorrow, early kickoff. Going to keep it short and sweet. I'm expecting 3 points. Although they beat Manchester United last weekend, they're not the Brighton under De Zerbi. They didn't look great in that game going forward. The final third was terrible. And look, yeah, they got the goal right at the end, but I think a draw would have been a fair result in that game between Man United and them. But obviously Man United's wild defending at the end when João Pedro was left free. I don't see Brighton as a threat at all. And I think with the defence that we got, as long as we cut out the stupid mistakes we've done against Aston Villa, we should be okay. I think the lineup, I will go with the same, but I would start Trossard instead of Martinelli because Martinelli needs to be dropped. I've said this for months now, even towards the back end of last season. Trossard needs to be starting every single game. Apart from that, I'll go with the same lineup. Injury news, don't think there's anything wrong with that. And yeah, score prediction, I'm going to go with a 3-0 to the Arsenal. Like I said, this is not De Zerbi's Brighton. We should be comfortably beating them. I want another 3 points, another clean sheet, and then move on to Tottenham away after the international break. But yeah, that is sort of it for my video. It's been more of a sort of Arsenal transfer roundup that has been mainly today or this morning, and then a little Brighton preview. Like I said, short and sweet, hoping for the clean sheet, 3 points, move on to Tottenham and Man City after the 2-week break. But yeah, let me know what you think about this whole news about the preview for the Brighton game. And yeah, like, sub, and share the content around, and I'll see you lot in a bit.